recently after Civil War II with genociding American Indians. I mean, they murdered them, and when they lost in war, they salted the lands and started shooting the buffalo to starve people to death. I'm going to tell you something about General Custer, because this just disgusts me to no end. He's a cavalry general in the Union Army. He ends up leading the charge and slaughtering people at Wounded Knee. This guy, they used to sell young Indian women to crowds of cowboys to be raped as sex slaves. They would put them up, strip them naked on the stage, I mean girls as young as 10, and sell them in auctions to gangs. What the gangs would do is they would all buy one girl together. They'd pull their money and buy her and rape her to death in corrals. And he personally had Indian mistresses that he would fornicate with nightly.
All right. Shalom Akim, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salute to sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. Okay, and I was just playing a little insert from Rod Dawson's channel. You brothers never heard of Rod Dawson, you could check him out. He's been banned from YouTube. I used to watch him back when he was on YouTube. He's pretty much like a journalist, historian, and gives you alternative news. All right, and you can find some of his work on BitChute, okay? And I'm pretty sure he's on Odyssey as well. But if you want to check out where I got this insert from, the video was entitled Civil War. It wasn't about slavery, all right? And I just wanted to play this shit a little part about General Custer, who basically helped take down the Native Americans during the Great Indian War. You're probably familiar with the term or the saying in history, Custer's last stand, in which which General Custer was killed. The Lord put a stop to that devil's madness. But you hear the foul shit that the so-called white man used to do to our people. Now let me just bring this out. The North American Indian, right? You got the Navajos, the Cherokee Indians, Apache Indians, all of the North American Indians, right? From North America to Canada, you make up the tribe of Gad, of the nation of Israel. That's the history that you're not being taught, all right? None of our people are being taught true history, okay? But you American Indians, who are proud to be Indians or proud to be natives, right? You had just had Indigenous Peoples Day, during what was formerly known as Columbus Day. So you're proud to be natives or what have you. But you need to come back to your true nationality, which you are of the tribe of Gad. You come from a tribe of Gad out of the nation of Israel. You're Israelites, okay? It's not just the so-called black man, the so-called Negro who is an Israelite, and it's not just the so-called Puerto Ricans and Dominicans who are Israelites, but you North American Indians are Israelites as well, man, okay? And you need to basically wake up to that fact, man. Okay? Because it's clearly recorded in the Bible that you have to be the Israelites. I'm going to bring out the prophecy on it. All right? And the so-called white man who was basically an enemy to you, who tried to commit mass genocide on your people as a nation and totally robbed you from your land, all right, is a common enemy to the so-called black man as well, whom he enslaved, okay? And this is all historical, and this is all prophetic that it was going to happen. This was basically prophecy that became history, okay? But there's a future prophecy in which the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to gather us up as a nation, and bring us back into power and bring us back in our right land, which is the land of Israel, okay, and give us global dominance as an inheritance with His kingdom, okay, which is the kingdom of heaven on earth. But let me just go right into the scriptures, man. I'm not gonna make this a long overdrawn video, all right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 20. It says, "And of Gad, he said, Blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion and teareth the arm with the crown of the head. Okay, and of Gad, Gad was one of the sons of Jacob, who later became a tribe, which is the father of you so-called North American Indians. All right, he said, and of Gad, he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. Yeah, who enlargeth Gad? Okay, the Most High. Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai gave Gad, or the North American Indians, all of this land, this vast land in North America. Okay, stretching from the East Coast, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. And it includes the southern United States all the way up to Canada. So that's a lot of land, a lot of territory. All right, this is how we know that you North American Indians are of the tribe of Gad. It says he dwelleth as a lion and teareth the arm with the crown of the head. Yeah, because when you read the stories of the Indian Wars, the great Indian Wars, even the so-called white man has a high level of respect of how the North American Indians fought against them, But they understood manifest destiny because a lot of these so-called white people, the elites of them, they understood the scriptures that it was manifested and it was destined for them to take over this land, according to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, which is the Holy Bible, because they know that they're the Edomites. All right, the so-called white man knows that he's of the nation of Edom. Okay, but during those wars, the tribe of Gad used to get busy on the so-called white man. All right, even today in the so-called white man's military, he named certain weapons after so-called Indian names. All right, like the Tomahawk missile. Okay, there's a great level of respect for the tribe of Gad's war efforts that the so-called white man, still recognizes unto this day. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. All right. Gad, a troop shall overcome him. A troop represents an army. And the United States Army did overcome the tribe of Gad, without a shadow of a doubt. The United States Army overcame the North American Indians. Okay. You had guys like Andrew Jackson, who was a former president, who's renowned for being the great Indian killer. Okay, amongst other generals in the United States Army, man. All right, Grant. You heard a little insert about General Custer and what he used to do. The wickedness that he used to do. So it was prophesied that the tribe of Gad was going to be overcame. All right, and that was by the United States Army. It says, but he shall overcome at the last. That's right, because in the future prophecy, the Lord is going to raise Israel up as a whole. All right, and the North American Indians, you're going to overcome in the end. Slowly but surely, there's a transitioning process going on. All right, where in the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, they're losing power. And Israelites are waking up all over the world, man. Okay? And there's going to be a great race war in this society, even to the point where the North American Indians are going to get their vengeance. They're going to start fleeing the reservations and attacking so-called white people, man. Going into their communities and raiding them and attacking them, man. Okay? Massacring them. All right? So, yeah, those are the two main scriptures that I wanted to bring out. And I got a good book too called "Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee" that goes into a lot of the it goes into the takedown of the North American Indian and some of the great wars that were fought, and it actually has. Matter of fact, let me grab this book real quick. Okay. This is the book. It's called "Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee." All right. It has all kind of pictures, right, of the tribe of Gad and everything, man. Okay. So you North American Indians, you're Israelites, man. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, you're not indigenous people, you're not Native Americans, you're of the tribe of Gad of the nation of Israel. All right, so it's time to repent, come back to your true power. All right, the great spirit is Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai. That's who we supposed to be praising, man. Okay, so I'm going to end this video on that note. Say Shalom, Wabarakim. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.